Hello and welcome everybody to On the Block podcast with your co-host McCray Olson and your vice host Cameron Hurd. How's it going, Cameron?
What's up, McCray? I'm feeling good. This is Sam's world, and we're all living in it. She's playing 4D chess.
Is that honestly what you think?
Of course, man. She's not letting anybody get in her head, not even Tyler. She's like, I'm shutting down every conversation ever because I am predicting the future. I know everybody's going to blow up around me, and
she's never going to change her mind yet. She's like, this person's way too nice. This person's, my favorite person in the house. And JC's like, no, don't do it. Just don't do that. That's a bad move. And she's like, well, all right, so Rockstar. That seemed fucking insane. Was that planned? Like, how was that not planned? That seems...
What are you talking about? That was definitely not planned.
You think?
How can that be planned at all?
That's... Yeah. I don't know. Like, maybe, I might be crazy, but that seemed fucking insane. Do you think that, I don't think she actually was fucking ever going to put him up.
No, she was definitely going to put him up. That's why she didn't want anybody to talk to her to convince her otherwise. She wanted to put him up because she wanted either Caitlyn or Haley to go, and the whole house likes JC. And because JC is with Level 6, JC and Level 6 has been running things, so there's no way JC even leaves. But it's like, why are you putting up your biggest ally in the house on the block? This is the stupidest thing ever.
Yeah, you're saying JC is her most valuable ally. I mean, I agree, but also, I don't know. This whole fucking week for her has just been a shit show. We didn't do an episode, for her winning the HOH. We didn't, I guess we did, actually, but, we didn't see her nomination speech and stuff like that for the last episode. We could probably start even there. I don't know. Again, we kind of talked about, what it means for her to win this HOH, knowing that she's going to be sending a person to eventually come back, no matter what. This is literally the most blood you can get on your hands as an HOH, and she knows it more than anyone. We didn't really talk about we kind of danced around it, but now knowing who we know got put on the block, what are the ramifications of that, do you think?
What do you mean?
I mean, because she has to she won HOH 1. That's fucked up. When she knows that it's insane. When she knows that someone's going to be coming back. 2, she put up the 2 girls. Do you think that, maybe, we didn't really see it in her DR, but do you think that she might have been, is this her gameplay? Is well, these are 2 people that I like enough that one of them will come back, and hopefully I can explain to them. What was her, actual rationale? Because do you actually think her rationale was that,
I think her rationale is she needs to put up 2 people that are weak enough not to win any competition and come back in this house.
That's the gameplay.
And she's because there's no other rationale other than what she's talking about. Because if you look at Haley, she got 2 right in this thing when she's trying to compete for her life, and you're supposed to be paying attention in a memory competition. She's not doing very hot.
Well, but first, let's talk about. I think but first, let's talk. Why didn't Sam explain to the people she nominated on the original nomination, no matter what, whoever gets evicted this week has a chance to come back? Why didn't she say that first? If she was just gonna say it in the veto.
I have a feeling.
There's more to something. There's more to it that I don't understand. That's what I'm trying to get at. Is that's why I think everything about this week seems fucking weird. Obviously it is weird. I don't think Sam's the greatest game player. I like Sam, but I don't think she's a very good game player at all. She doesn't know what
You're wrong. Sam is playing fucking 4D chess. She's I'm the HOH. I'm going to cause some chaos throughout the entirety of the house, the entirety of the week. She's so that way, at the end of the week, you know what? They're not looking at her because they're looking at everybody. They're coming for everybody. It's not Sam. little old hunky-dory Sam.
I think I need to start taking the real... I got to start taking the tough ones while you take the easy ones, because this is insane. Like, We can't play both sides of the game. Yeah, this one's just too out of control. Sam's just out of control, I think. She definitely actually does have HOH-itis. Judd's been fucking. Judd will always text me stuff, and he just like is trying to like get my goat and stuff like that. But he actually said that Sam has HOH-itis, and it's true. She like literally, it's gone to her head almost, where it's just like, I have power now, and that's what this job means. And it's like, well, no, like the job actually means you can try to get away with like some pussy ass shit, and like that's fine. Like, you know, you don't have to be a big dog. And like she did get away with pussy ass shit, but she fucking, the way that she made it sound was like more personal than it ever needed to be. You know, like.
It was very personal. She was like attacking both Caitlyn and Haley's character.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's like, ooh, like you can attack the game, and like people will understand that. Like when you go after like their character, it becomes like, ugh, I don't know.
Yeah, because that's broadcasted to millions of people in the world.
But I also like that. To me, I don't care about that. Like
you don't care about that.
No. Like where Haley was like, oh, my grandpa might see this. It's like also like, well, you just went on a show where your grandpa might see everything you do. What do you mean? Like, you're also fucking around with people. You're like snuggling. Where's the line there? To me, like, I don't get that part where it's like, luckily I had parents that were just like, well, we understand it's a show. Go and make good TV. Like, you know, like. I have that going for me, but also at the same time, it's like, well, you signed up for the show. At that point, like, are you really gonna be fucking that pissed off that like someone fucking I watched a show before. I know that people say all sorts of hateful shit towards you, and you know it's a game.
Yeah, behind your back.
Exactly, it's a game. Like, you know, like Spencer said some of the most heinous shit about me, and I will never ever like hold that against him. Never. Like, that's just like that. It's too. Yeah, I don't know. Where it's like you have to expect that, and that's gonna be on TV. Like whether that gets aired on live TV or not. You know, that's just a part of the game. I don't know. That's one of those things where it's like you signed up for the fucking show. The thing that I don't like is obviously the fans on Twitter that fucking come after you. That part you didn't sign up for necessarily. You know, I mean, it comes with the territory, but I definitely was talking. Go on.
I'm sorry. Did you hear about Elena fucking trying to get like some info from Caitlyn's family to give to TMZ?
What? No.
Yeah, man, it's fucked up, right?
Explain a little bit more. No, absolutely. I'm taking a drink here. Yeah, explain a little bit more. Is there?
So I guess like Elena was trying to cozy up with Caitlyn's family. And then they blocked her, and then Elena's like, oh, all of a sudden they're blocking me. And they're like, yeah, we're blocking you because you're trying to sell our information to TMZ. And it's fucked up, man. Especially from somebody that was like, it throughout Big Brother and his, like, you know, been through the ringer. Why are you trying to fucking sell your, like, fellow house guest out?
That's scummy. Ooh, yeah. I gotta look into this a little bit more. I believe you for sure, and I
if anybody's gonna do it, it's her.
I don't like it at all, and I mean it's getting desperate times. I mean, like we're not usually a gossipy show, but I mean, I've also heard that Mark and Elena have they're calling it quits. It's a done deal with them. Those two are.
Is it?
Supposedly, from what I've read, it's all over the Big Brother universe. I feel like.
Okay.
So that's
kind of what I've heard too.
Yep. I mean, like again, I've been on that side of things. I know what that's like. And that's why again, also like, I take it all in stride. I think it's always funny. I don't know, like, it's
fucked up.
It's fucking, that is fucked up to, like, that's the craziest thing, is to, like, sell your Big Brother house guests to TMZ that's a no, that's a big old badness, and again, I don't want to comment until I fucking know all the details, but my God, that's dirty.
I can send it to you after this.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing is, like, I fucking like to, like, comment, or I like to, like, talk to the people's families and stuff. I haven't done it this much this year. Last year, maybe a little bit, but, You know, I like to talk to them and be like, hey, like, I understand what's, like, you're going through. Like, if you need someone to talk to that's gone through the process, that has family that gone through the process, like, I'm always here, you know? Like, I just try to be a person that's like, no, I understand that it's insane no matter what your family member said. And it's nuts that someone tried to capitalize on that. That's that's gross.
So do we want to talk about how Sam's HOH-itis is the best thing to ever have? Big Brother 20
I do love
like
it.
The best season.
This is a great season.
Like, I'm not going to feel bad when next year when they have recruits and they're like, what's your favorite season? And they say Big Brother 20. I'll be like, yeah, I can understand it.
I get that. Yeah, absolutely. No, I agree. I think this season has been fucking fantastic. I mean, even all the stuff that we saw tonight, like that, that like love triangle between, you know, Fessy and Haley and Caitlyn. Like, that's something out of a fucking Bret Easton Ellis novel. It's fucking awesome. I'm about it. Yeah, like, to me, this
is a player.
He is, but also he's an idiot. Like, it's so awesome to watch. I mean, it's absolutely madness. I don't know. Where do you want to get into it?
You know what's great about this week in particular? The fact that Sam is like, we're not talking games. So it's showing all this character development through like a bunch of characters on this season that we wouldn't normally get to see. Like, we didn't see any of Haley. That's why she got a crap app. And now she's sucking up a lot of screen time. And just these last 2 episodes, I kind of like that there's less like campaigning, because in the beginning, there's not. I want to get attached to the characters so that way when they do get evicted, I'm more excited or down. I don't like it being game body all the time. And like Sam winning this week, it was like pretty good. And all of a sudden, no screen time for Tyler. So I'm starting to think like he's only game body, which makes me nervous for him in the future, because if all he's doing is jumping from room to room to room, he's going to be like Kevin Martin in BB Can 3, where he was like, everybody liked him, but nobody really needed him, and then he gets evicted in like a double.
That's a good call. Yeah, absolutely. I think, and that, I mean, shit, for me, that's the time to take out Tyler, obviously. Is somewhere where he can't like weasel his way out of shit, you know? I mean, like literally the same thing for Judd in my season. Goddamn, like where it's just like, oh yeah, they're likable, but also they seem like there's something shady underneath it all, you know? Like, I'm guessing that is kind of the same thing that happened with Kevin Martin, where it's like, this motherfucker's also real shady. Like, he's in just like a line with the other people. I love Kevin Martin now, of course, but like, motherfucker's shady. The fucker won. Of course he's shady. You gotta get that motherfucker out. But like, then that's the thing is Tyler's like this fucking snake that's just like lying and waiting. Like, you need to take him out on one of those things. You need to get rid of him. And I mean, I don't think anyone's really turned their eye towards him, but that's one of those moves. Go on.
I think Caitlyn is one of the most entertaining house guests of this season.
Oh my god, get out!
Like, totally 100%. Her theories are amazing. The fact that she trusts Tyler so much that she thinks Sam uses a power, which like obviously isn't true. She just told everybody what her power is. Now what does Caitlyn think? Like, who actually like flipped the vote last week? I don't know.
The thing that I fucking cannot stand about her, this is like something it's so obvious that it like happens all the time with her. She you know, like in this episode, Fessy, like, he's like he wins the veto. He's not looking at her. He's got his face in the pillow.
Yeah.
Like, he's like so disinterested, like pretty much just trying to not make eye contact. And she's like, you know, the vibrations in the house are really just off. It's the vibrations. You know, is Mercury in retrograde right now? Because everything is off right now. It's got to be a full moon because everything is weird. Like, to me, it's just like, motherfucker, like, you look at him. Like, he's obviously, it's body language. It has nothing to do with vibrations. Like, come the fuck on now.
Yeah.
That to me is like, that's attributing something after the fact. That's not scientific method. It's fucking like, I mean, that's the last thing she cares about is science, but my God, like, it's bullshit. Like, it's it's attributing her own nonsense so she can sell shit after the fact. She's gonna get out of the house and just be like, oh, here's crystals and oh, I've got my fucking personal training workshop. It's gonna be about 12 to 18 months. It costs about $5,000 to anywhere in between $22,000 because I'm gonna really align your chakras. I cannot stand that fucking con artistry because that's what it is, and she doesn't understand that it's con artistry, but that's
all
what
right.
it is.
Yeah. But besides that ridiculous part about her, I feel like she's a super intense and entertaining character.
She is fucking fun to watch. I love to hate her. You're absolutely right on that front. You coaxed it out of me. I do love to hate her. But that's what it is. Like, yes! She's great to watch. I hope she does stay just because I like to make fun of her. I think it's fun. And I honestly think that the editors like to make fun of her too because she doesn't get good edits. She does not get any good edits. And I feel really bad for her. I want to like her, of course, but What
do you think of Rachel appearing in this episode?
I mean, that's a good question. I like it. I say this a lot where it's like Rachel's fucking awesome as a person. I was a pretty big fan of her on her second season. First season, I was not a fan. Second season, I was way bigger fan. And then I actually played with her sister. And then I talked the most horrible, heinous garbage about her sister and her sister's family. Like, the whole Rachel Riley clan, I said some horrible things, and I am so apologetic. And Rachel, she'll treat me super nice every time she meets me. She's always like fucking better than I would ever imagine someone that like I just talk shit about their family. So like I literally can't ever say anything bad about Rachel. Brendan is even better. Their family is actually good people.
I'm just surprised that they even, like, what's the point of even calling her or for this, like, competition? You know what I mean? Like, what's the point of her being the host?
The problem is that, like, they haven't played up the fact that it's 20 enough this whole season, and so then they do move like this where it's like, well, your gimmick is that it's Big Brother 20, Like, oh, you're bringing back the legends and shit like that. Like, I'm guessing we'll see maybe an appearance from Dr. Will. We'll maybe see an appearance from, Dan Giesling. Like, some of the Golden Children. But that's, I got hair in my mouth. This goddamn mustache. Fucking mustache. But
dude,
that's
rocking the stash, man.
Yeah, drunk ass called it the pervo stash. But no, I think that's what it is. Is like, it's like they brought her back because this is the season of, like, it's BB20, it's All Stars essentially. Without the All Stars, this is a fucking a shout out to all the seasons we've had before, and that's why she's back. I honestly think they'll bring back a bunch of people this season. Still, like, we're not even 1/3 of the way through this season, correct?
Yeah, I'm not keeping.
I mean, it's got to be like. Well, at Fessy.
Oh yeah, we're about 1/3.
I think it's like probably 1/3. So we're getting to the middle of the game. Jury's gonna start soon.
No.
They should have Cameron McRae host. Yeah, they wouldn't want the ratings to bomb, so they don't do that. They're like, you can't advertise that. Yeah.
Remember these two?
Yeah, the guy from the.
I had no idea that Rachel was coming on. They didn't.
I had no idea. There was no like precursor. Like Rachel wasn't on. I guess I didn't really look at her Twitter, but I thought that was a surprise to me. Where I was like, oh fuck, they didn't even talk about Rachel on feeds. I guess maybe they did. I just am not that great at feeds.
All right, hey, I want to start a segment with you.
Segment, yes.
Yeah. And it's going to be about pre-jury people and what they tweeted in the week, and you just gotta guess who tweeted what.
Oh yes, yeah. I like it. A game.
So a game with you can go against the audience. You can go.
Yes, I want
yourself.
I want to play with the audience. The audience should be able to play.
They should. We could have like a poll or something, but there's only 2 because Winston doesn't have a thing. So, Your goal is to literally, it's a coin flip and you can lose. All right.
I
So
like it.
the first one, it's either Steve or Swaggy. It's, and you obviously don't look it up, please.
I'm here
And
to
I'm
game,
gonna,
baby. I'm here to game.
yeah. All right. So I'm sending it to you in the Discord, and it says, "Boom, Winston. I know the feeling, but rest easy. Sam will use her power on you. Not LOL." And then a bunch of happy faces. Do you think that was Steve, or do you think that was Swaggy?
Okay, so if I look it into the Discord, your
Yeah.
face is gonna be distorted for a second here.
It says, "Boom, Winston.
Yep.
I know the
Winston,
feeling, but rest easy."
Sam will use her powers on you. Not. Okay, so at this point, I've taken a lot of account of what Swaggy C says on social media, and I have not seen anything that Steve does on social media. I think Steve is obviously he's a bit of an older gentleman, as I would say. I think his logic, I don't know if he's a dad, I guess, but like I think he is more probably prone to dad humor. That's why I think for this whole thing, I would have to say that it's probably Steve, because the whole like joke of like, hey, this thing, not like that's a dad joke. Like that's what I would say.
It was Steve, dude. I thought I had you, man, with the
No,
like
it's
emotes.
close. It's close. Yeah, no. To me,
Right.
I literally have taken note of like how Swaggy sends his messages on Twitter. I think everyone's got a voice on Twitter, really. You know, like everyone has their own particular sense. You know, you've got your what's Glenn Garcia's, your Joey Rodriguez's. You know, you've got like, you know, everyone has their own fucking cadence, I guess. Everyone.
Well, all right. So I've got three.
Three more?
No, just three total. So you got to get two to win. So the next one is here. I'll send it. They're literally sitting in the house strategizing about what to do if I come back. Ugh, I'm different.
That's a tough one, actually.
That's a tough one.
I want to hear what the chat says. Probably go A is Steve, B is Swaggy. The thing is that I've heard Swaggy talk a little bit about what they say about him in Twitter, but I think this tweet does not sound like Swaggy at all. And I'm guessing at some point, like, people must have been like, well, Steve has to be a viable candidate in the running. Let's see, we've got some in the chat. We got Bees, we got Chris, we got 8-Ball says Swaggy, outlook not so good. The 8-Ball is thinking it might be Steve. Deb says Swaggy. Let me look at this thing one more time. What to do if I came back? Ugh, I'm indifferent. I'm gonna go with Steve.
It was Swaggy. Swaggy's always talking about.
He is. Fuck.
Yep.
I thought that would been like. I thought that was the fuck you up one, where it's like, oh yeah, you didn't see this one coming. Like, God damn it. God damn it.
And then last but not least, I'll post this one in the chat so that way they don't have to like hear it. So I posted it in the chat and I'll send it to you as well.
I see it.
This one's a little bit longer.
I'll read it. I will never condone what Sam said about the way Haley is playing the game. Haley is a good kid that has done nothing wrong. There's no reason to say that. That is definitely no reason to put someone on the block. I'm worried about this one too. Like, the kid obviously has to like point towards Steve, but like, kid necessarily isn't like a thing that old people are resigned to saying. You know, like a bunch. I say like kid about people when I'm not trying to be demeaning, but also like wanted to note some sort of respectness. Let's see.
I like how we got a bunch of different answers in the chat, so it's not very clear.
See, this is a good game. Like people can play along on this one. You know, like that's half the fun of the Q&A questions on Big Brother. You know, it's like you get to play along. Swaggy wouldn't say kid. You think? I don't know. Like, I feel like kid's hot. I like saying kid, but it's also really demeaning. That's the part that I don't like about it.
Definitely Robot Sam.
Robot Sam. I'll bet my kidney's on Swaggy. I mean, these people could be looking up, trying to fuck with me. All
right, we're going to need an answer soon.
Okay, all right, let's do... I'm going to say this one is Steve.
Ding, ding, ding. You got it. It's 2 for 3. You win.
I win. Thank you, chat. Everyone that got it right, you got it right. Fucking good job.
And the game was who tweeted that. Maybe we can get like a thing for that.
I'm already, yeah, I'll figure that out. Again, okay, so like my problem right now is like literally I've been fucking lacking on this podcast because I have to set up a car show that's coming out this Sunday. If you're in the Minneapolis area, if you're in Minnesota, there's going to be a car show at my gas station. I'll be there. I'll sign fucking autographs, whatever the fuck. Come out and fucking have some fun. It'll be a good time. But also, I'm setting this whole thing up. I'm doing this bullshit. And then after that, I have a charity event. So everyone should donate to my charity event. Donate. It's for JDRF. I'm going to go play a Survivor game. Everyone's going to... Yeah, I'm going to destroy everyone, so it'll be fun. So, yeah, my problem right now is that I'm stressed out because I have to raise money, and I also have to fucking plan for this car show. So, I fucked up. The iTunes hasn't been updated forever. I haven't got any fucking animations and stuff like that for our show. But yeah, so that's where I'm at. That's why I'm so sorry, but I've been lacking on this show. Yeah,
it's fine.
But
there's 2 of us.
After Sunday, hopefully I'll be able to fucking start getting shit together better. We'll see. I remember you live streamed the car show one year. I'll probably try to live stream the car show this year. We'll see. Yeah. So you're thinking like, yeah, we should. That's a great segment right there that we just had. A little game show. Everyone can play along at home. I'll get working on that. I gotta write that down. What else? Tonight's episode. What do you think? Should Fessy have thrown the competition? Do you think that Caitlyn actually did throw the competition?
It doesn't matter because Fessy got them all right. And the fact that she's like, oh, I threw it at the end, it's like, well, you're going to lose anyway, so stop that nonsense. She's like, I'm going to throw it because that way he'll win and he'll use it on me. But that's backwards logic. It makes no sense at all. So, yeah, I don't think she actually threw it. I think she realized she was going to lose and was trying to save face at that point. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Very, very stupid. I don't think Fessy should have even really tried to win this, honestly.
Is there any way that you could, explain Caitlyn's logic?
No, and that's why Caitlyn's Caitlyn.
That's
why we love Caitlyn.
Well, that's the thing is, I literally couldn't explain the logic about her trying to say that she threw it. Why would you ever throw it? Even if you were trying to, the only thing that I could imagine was she was trying to expose, his loyalties. But even then, you're just risking your game. And it's is exposing loyalties really worth risking your own game? No, there's probably another way to do that. That, to me, it just seems like one of those cop-out, oh, no, I threw it because, yeah. Bullshit, you didn't throw it? Fuck off. I don't know.
Yeah.
It just, I want to explain that away for her. That's always my goal as a person that watches this show is, let me explain how they think, maybe this is the game that they're trying to play. But that to me is like, no, you're lying in the DR, I believe, because I don't think there's no way you could explain that.
No, yeah, there's no explanation. She was just gonna lose point blank. And yeah, I liked this competition last year, but last year they went like 20 rounds or something like that. This one they only went 7.
Oh,
So
really?
yeah, but also last year was like they did it like 6 times. It was spank, like slap, spank, slap, and I was like, "What's the third one?" That's probably why. This one it was like going like 11. I was like, "Holy shit! How is Fessy getting all these?"
Well, how did you think? How
can you break it?
How can we break it? Yeah, can we break it?
Can you break it?
Like, to me, we're both gamers. We both play video games. One of the things in video games is that it's pattern recognition, you know? Like, essentially, you're seeing a pattern for whatever boss or whatever the fuck it is, and, like, your goal is to fucking just memorize, you know? To me, it's like, well, I don't know if, like, you can conventionally break this one, but I do believe that people that play video games and are more prone to, like, recognizing patterns, I think they're going to do better at this kind of game, and I do believe that's why video games are great.
Or people that just play Bop It, you know?
Well, exactly, but Bop It is a video game. Bop It is a fucking pattern recognition game, you know? Like, that's exactly what it is. You know, you don't, like, Caitlin was like, oh, I'm going to make a song. Or it's like, what the fuck are you talking? Like, no, like, you make a fucking song that's like, oh yeah, bop it, pop it, chalk it, you know, like, slap it, fucking spank it, you know? Like, to me, I don't know, where it's like, I think I would do okay at this game. The biggest problem with this one is that, like, you get literally hit and that might shake your memory, but I don't know, like,
So the way I would have done it is, like, chop is C, spank is S, and bonk is B.
Yep.
So if it was like chop, bonk, spank, it would have been like C, B, S, B, S, B, S, C or something.
Yep.
I've just been saying that over and over.
Exactly.
But it made it difficult while watching because they were changing camera angles on you like every hit. And I was just like, oh, this is like too much. Maybe that's how they feel when they're getting hit.
Well, that's exactly it, where it's like, yeah, any little break in your, like, mental status, you know, like, that could, like, fuck up everything. But I mean, like, yes, a lot of the patterns I was like, well, maybe. Like, it depends. I don't know.
What's your strategy if you ever were to encounter this competition?
Like, okay, so, like, Caitlin's right about making the song, but my song wouldn't be or whatever the fuck she did. Like, mine would be like, oh yeah, it's chop, bonk, plop, or whatever the fuck? I don't know.
Chop, bonk, plop. Yeah, like,
whatever. I don't know what it was. But, like, it'd be like that, where it's like, oh yeah, chop, block, pop, chop, block, plop. Like, I don't know. Like, I usually, like, I'm good at memorizing weird song things. So, like, to me, she's right on the song, but, like, having, like, some sort of indicator with the noise is better than just some random noise, you know? Like,
yeah.
Like, you need, like, and like you said with the C, like, the CBP or whatever the fuck.
S.
CPS, you know, like, it's the same concept, essentially, you know, where it's like, your indicator is just, like, the letter, like, the first letter. I think
it could be A, B, C, like the head is
exactly.
A, B, and C.
You need something that fucking, like, keeps you grounded with whatever the fuck it is. But when I was a kid, I learned a lot of, like, stuff that I fucking, tying your shoes, twinkle, it's like, whatever, I don't know. You just make a song.
I don't know what you're talking about.
No. You make a song out of it. I don't know why, but I always make a song out of it. That's my fucking plan. But you can't just be like, like, that's never gonna work.
Let's address the giant elephant in the room. Was Sam not using her power on Winston a good or a bad move? Because we didn't get to talk about this.
I do like that.
Because now that we've seen the whole week play out, We know, like, assume everything just like happened the same way. Well, should she have used it on Winston or not? Like, is her 4D chess playing mind outmaneuvering us right now? Even though we have all the vision, we know what everybody's saying.
It's 2020. No, she shouldn't have. She should have used it last week because then she could have saved. I bet Winston probably would have done okay with a puzzle. I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
I'm going to disagree with you.
But I honestly think, but the thing is that if Winston does come back, their group comes back full force. Like, level 6 is still completely intact, and they just run through. Sam wins again this week, and then she puts up, 2 people from other people that's not a level 6. Like, and then she doesn't have to worry about all this blood on her hands. Fessy still wins the HOH because maybe she would even put him up. But Rockstar and Caitlyn still might have went up regardless, whatever it may be, I think that it would have played out a little bit actually more fluently if she did that. It would have been better for her last week, in my opinion.
I think that she knows what she's doing. Sam is a genius. All right?
Not lying.
She's probably got the highest IQ in the bunch, and she's like, I don't want level 6. She knows their name. She wasn't a part of it. She knows their name. I don't want level 6 having 6 members. We got to even this out. Yeah. And then I can target one of the Fate Alliance, get them a little rattled, and then have them be saved. Boom. It's like Clash of the Titans. Sam is gone. She's a genius.
I do believe that, I think that Tyler, Sam, and Scotty are working together. I think that's a.
You don't sound like you're on board. You don't sound like you're on board.
I think that's a dumbass idea. No, that sucks. That really sucks. That really sucks. But I do believe that, I think that some of this explanation of what she's done, I think, is because her, Scotty, and Tyler are on, a different plane. Or they're on, they're tighter, I think, than a lot of people in the house.
I don't think that's true.
It might be slipping away at this point, but, the interaction that I did see with them, I was like, oh, fuck, this could be a real alliance. I don't know. I don't know exactly, but I do think that they're probably the most the smartest people in the house about what's going on. I think Scotty's on the opposite side of the house, and he's a dumbass because he needs to get the fuck off that side of the house. Yeah. But I think Bailey, I think, is jumping. I think everyone's trying to get onto level 6. That's they're trying to escape the Titanic that's going down of Faute or whatever the fuck it is. I don't know.
I want to talk about what Sock Hat said in the chat. The fact that basically she as in Sam said, "Oh, you two girls need more respect, and that's why I'm nominating you." And then Fessy goes upstairs and basically cuddles with Sam, and she's like all up on that. She's like, "Hell yeah. Come closer to me. I always knew you were like a gem."
Come a little bit closer, you're my kind of man. So big and so tall. Come a little bit closer. I'm all alone, and the night is so young. That's literally.
Keep going. That was so weird.
No, that's the that fucking. It triggered
karaoke.
It triggered in me. But yeah, no, that's exactly how I felt about it. Where it's like I hate being like, oh, she's jealous, but literally she was so jealous. It felt like that. She wants that Fessy. She wants that Fessy dick, and who can blame her? Because I want that Fessy dick also. So.
What?
What? Wait, what?
Clip that.
Yeah, I'm gonna need our editors to run that back. No, Fessy's a goddamn hot dude. And, how can you really blame Sam? Because it's just well, yeah, I mean, and you can't blame any of those ladies. They're all over Fessy, but also not. Yeah. But, it did seem, immediately she was hugging Fessy. Literally what she was talking about, I thought that was really, really funny. that hurt all of her credibility when with like whatever her speech was. But I also thought her speech was a lot of bullshit. I almost like I believe that her speech didn't really mean anything. Like I honestly thought it was her kind of bullshitting, and that she was gonna say something to them later that was gonna be like, well, I just said that, but I don't know. Like it was unreal, and that's why I don't think Sam's a great player. Like I've got her. Let's talk about how fucking I'm just destroying the draft. Like
I was just like about to talk about it.
Literally, I am destroying the draft. Like it's not any it's bad.
It's not even a contest.
No, it's
like
bad.
Both drafts.
Mm-hmm.
But you know the season is still young. You know, we haven't seen much of Angela and Rachel, so
they're gonna turn on. They're gonna turn on. I do believe that. I think like this week has been. They're coming back alive. I honestly believe that production not hurt them, but like pushed down their it like suppressed their vocalization of a lot of things. When they got fucking reprimanded for the things they said early in the season, Angela became a fucking piece of furniture. You know, Rachel laid low. They both were just like, laid as fucking low as they could. And now at this point, they're like probably 4 weeks later, like they're coming back alive. And like to me, I honestly think that actually helped their game a lot. I don't know. I do believe that they're two people to watch. Same with Casey. I think Casey is coming alive too. They're gonna be dominating this later part of the season. Again, like we're at the end of the beginning of the game. We're into the middle game. You know, like chess doesn't have a beginning, middle, and end of every chess game. Like same with Big Brother. Like we've got it's a story to be told, and we're just getting into the middle game, which is exciting to me, especially when like there's 3 people that are about to come alive. It's kind of
cool. The middle game is the best part of Big Brother. The end game is very boring.
Agreed.
Why I'm glad they like jam it all at the end.
You're right. That's actually a great point. It's actually good that Big Brother does that.
But I think you're sleeping on Team Spectacles, Angie, for the chat. She's got a chance. And McCrae, I want to finish this podcast by asking you, how was your birthday, man? We didn't talk about it. And I'm sure
my birthday.
I'm not the only one that wants to know.
My birthday, I am the only person that dressed up as Magnum PI. It was a
Was it a Magnum PI party?
Well, it was a Magnum PI party, and it was also Halloween 2 party. No one dressed up at all. It was kind of late notice when I decided it, but I didn't really care. I dressed up as Magnum PI, and I went out and fucked around. It was amazing. It was great. A lot of my friends and families came, and they're great people, and I got really drunk. And that's why on Sunday I was fucking so hungover that I couldn't do the episode. And I was like, well, let's just wait. I need a break. Because literally I've been so fucking stressed because of the goddamn car show and the fucking charity event.
It's just a car show.
No, yeah. See, I'm not that person. No. I'm a person that's like, oh, no, I'm going to win. I'm going to win this car show. It's going to be the best car show ever. So, yeah. So, literally I've been in a shit show. But, we're still raising money for the charity. Go check out my pinned tweet on Twitter. Also, anytime you guys watch me on TV Party app while I'm fucking... while the episode's on, I'm live streaming, just spouting my random bullshit. Go watch on TV Party app, because it's fun. But, yeah, I mean...
And rest in peace, JC's testicles.
What? I don't know what that means.
It's because he got slapped in the fucking...
Oh my god, that looked fucking rough. And like, to me, I was like, well, can he not just like cover his nuts? And then it just seemed like they were just like, nope, he can't cover his nuts. Like, just keep on gunning him in there. I honestly think JC is one of the greatest parts of the season. Like, he's constantly hilarious, right? Like,
Yeah.
that whole sequence. He had like the thing on his nuts. He had bandages on him and shit. Like, he was playing that up. I think he's really fucking funny. And like, what you believe is true, of like Sam actually switched right there at the end, of the nomination ceremony or the veto ceremony. Like, that motherfucker literally cast a spell and fucking got out of it. Like, you have to give that dude nonstop credit if that's actually what you believe.
That's what I believe.
Yeah.
That's what I believe.
Oh yeah, I believe that too.
Freaking Derek might have won the game, but he never being on the block at the veto ceremony.
Oh, his cast was so smart.
Hey, you got 2 winners out of that cast. So
that's true. Yeah,
that's
without
average.
any production help. Oh yeah, we can't send this to production. All right, cool. Cameron, thank you, Lone Ranger, for that subscription. Cameron, what do you guys plug? Give me them plug apps.
Yeah, follow me at Cameron Hurd 210, and follow my dog Eskimo. That's it.
Oh yeah, your Ghost. Okay.
Ghost, the American.
What did you think of? Are you excited? We have a release date for Game of Thrones at this point.
Oh, we do?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
What the fuck are you doing? What the fuck? I thought you were a Game of Thrones fan.
I am, but I'm just not really...
Early 2019, I believe.
That's what I already thought it was, like, early 2019. What's the date, though? Is it February or January?
I don't believe there is a date. I believe it's just...
Oh, early... you filthy liar.
No, it's
Nothing's changed.
No shit. You're 100% right on that accusation, too.
We have a release date. Oh, but they don't really have a date out there. So you got me excited. No, that's fine.
No.
I vote you Vic McCrae.
Bullshit. Have you ever watched Deadwood?
No, I haven't heard of Deadwood either.
Deadwood is coming out with a movie. Super excited. Everyone should go watch Deadwood. If you have HBO, you're waiting for Game of Thrones, go watch Deadwood. It's about Americana and fucking old school shit. It's awesome. And they're going to make a movie, and it's going to be fucking amazing.
Dude, it says the first half of 2019.
Yeah, that's what I said. The beginning of...
First half? Jesus Christ.
Oh, yeah.
That's a very vague
So it's probably going to be like June. Is what I imagine. I think probably June. Let's see. What other thing that I was going to talk about? Nothing else. Who gives a shit? I've got nothing. Fuck.
Perfect.
Yeah, perfectly right. Fuck, I thought I had something. It don't matter. Oh yeah, the reason I have this mustache is because I want to do. This is copyright. Like, whoever can copyright this, please make sure that if anyone ever takes this idea, you attack them all day, all night until they fucking commit suicide or whatever.
It's the Stash Bash.
No, it's a Magnum PI podcast. I want to do a Magnum PI podcast. I want to call it Magnum POD. And I just want to wear this hat and this mustache, and I want to talk about Magnum PI. Magnum PI, there's a new show coming out for ABC or CBS, and I hate it, but I want to just talk about original Magnum PI because Magnum PI is fucking an awesome ass show. If anyone likes to see, if anyone is excited about Magnum POD, make sure you hit me up on Twitter. Make sure you hit me on Facebook, on Instagram. Tell me you want to hear a podcast about Magnum Pod. You want to hear Magnum PI podcast, original Tom Selleck style, fucking no holds barred. I don't even care. I'll do a goddamn podcast by myself. None of my friends believe that it could be a great podcast. I'm all about it. Magnum fucking Pod.
If you name it the Stash Bash, I feel like you're getting more.
I want to call it McCrae POD or McCrae PI or fucking Magnum POD or Magnum PI POD. I don't know. God damn, it's a good show. It's worth it.
All right.
Well, God damn, I'm really trying to push this. But yes, it is copyright by me. So anyone that tries to do a fucking Magnum PI podcast, you tell them that I came up with it first. Suck my dick. Thanks, Cameron, for hanging out. And
thanks for having me.
I always wanna. And also, thanks for me for hanging out. Hey, thanks. You're right, McCrae. Yep, too drunk. Cameron, do you have anything else to plug? What else we got?
No, that's it. Just
good.
Yeah, that's it.
And I have nothing else to plug. I think we've covered it all. Everything is covered on Big Brother on the Block. We'll see you guys next time on the Block as well. Take care. Bye-bye.